Hello there.
You guys do not... Actually, I was about to say, you guys do not know how much fun I am having with Better Call Saul at the moment, but you guys do know how much fun I'm having with this show, because you guys are seeing my reactions, you guys are seeing my enthusiasm, and hopefully you guys are appreciating that and enjoying these reactions, and the little speed I'm kind of getting him out in, because, yeah, I am absolutely loving Better Call Saul at the moment. What's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 23-year-old law and film student here for Sydney, Australia. Shittiest shot, baby. Today, we are up to episode 8 of Better Call Saul Season 1. Almost at the end of Season 1 already. This one is titled RICO. And yeah, RICO is not a good term. A lot of my favorite rappers get RICO charges against them. And yeah, currently it's very prominent in the hip-hop and R&B world. So yeah, I'm very excited for this episode. I'm going to start calling him Jimmy McGill from now on. We had Slip and Jimmy. We're at Jimmy McGill now. And yeah, sorry if I called him Saul in the last episodes, because I'm ahead of schedule in terms of recording. So yeah, I hope you guys appreciate that. And yeah, let's get into the reaction. Let's smash this thing. Let's have some fun. Another flashback, baby.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Trina,
Hey, Jimmy.
That's Slip and Jimmy.
got a package, Dan.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere. I do that at work too. Right.
How's it going? What's up? Hey.
You know. Oh wait.
Hey.
Hey, yourself. Jimmy, I'm really slammed. Just tell me what you need.
What is it?
She's working in similar conditions to what Jimmy was now. Was. Hopefully the new office is on the way.
I can't open it.
I must call to your attention the newly passed Environmental Impact and Sustainability Assurance Act. You passed the bar?
Yeah, I did.
My guy.
I mean, I thought if Kim can do it, maybe I can too, you know? So I got my last few credits for undergrad from a community college. I mean, they're not just for draft dodgers and yoga classes, all right? And I found a law school that would accept me. I mean, it wasn't Georgetown or anything, but the University of American Samoa.
Oh, correspondence school.
Well, I wasn't gonna quit work, right? Nights, weekends, and, you know, they call it distance learning nowadays. They're accredited, go land crabs. So, you know, I did that. And the bar exam's a mother. I mean, for me, it was. I failed it the first 2 times, but I guess it's like losing your virginity. 3rd time's the charm.
Can't relate.
This must have taken you years. And you kept it a secret all this time. Why? You didn't come to me for help?
Jesus, Chuck, you're the busiest guy I know. I mean, you're doing important shit.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
Are you proud of me?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Thanks. Chuck, that means a lot.
Chuck, I didn't like Chuck's reaction right there. I mean, it should mean the world to him that your own little brother went out and did stuff for himself and passed the bar exam himself. Do you think Chuck's ego or like reputation was kind of hurt there? That, oh, I'm this prestigious lawyer and my brother didn't even come to me for help. Like, he tried to do it on his own. But I'd be proud of my brother for doing it on his own. Like, fair play to you, man. Like, what the heck? Like, respect.
Oh, hey, I was hoping, you know, if you think it's appropriate, once I get sworn in and everything, consider hiring me.
As what? Oh, as a lawyer, obviously. Yeah. Well, that's a question I'm going to have to take up with Howard and the other partners. You know, it's not my decision alone. But how could they say no?
Bro, he should be advocating
So
left,
let's
right, and
drive.
center here.
Jimmy, look what you've done here.
I don't like how it's up. I don't like Chuck's tone here.
Devil's food.
Yeah, I will sue the store for you. And just remember us when you're all big time. Huh?
I don't.
I was about to say, like, the 2 shows I've reacted to on this channel, like the big ones, like Buffy and its sort of spin-off show in the same universe, Angel. It's funny how now, with Breaking Bad as well, and then the spin-off show / prequel show in Better Call Saul, it's the same how even Angel itself ended up taking sort of like a legal route in terms of like Angel was in charge of Wolfram and Hart and the law firm, and the law firm right there, when you had that sort of beautiful wide shot of the 2 levels, you had the receptionist in frame, and then you had Jimmy pushing the mail trolley at the top. It really reminded me of the setup of Wolfram and Hart in the LA branch. I don't know why, it just gave me and re-jogged my memory about it.
Don't remember you now, Bert.
You represent the mailroom, so you show those upstairs jackholes how it gets.
Shout out the mailroom, the most humble people here.
Just a little celebration on behalf of New Mexico's newest attorney.
I heard. Jesus, Jimmy, you're a regular Charlie Hustle. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks.
Would you like some cake?
Oh, here.
Don't mind if I do. Really, really impressive, Jimmy. We're all proud of you. Hey, I hate to interrupt, but could you guys give Jimmy and me a moment?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I knew they were gonna make the audio of the freaking photocopying machine overwhelm what's in the room. They're gonna noise cancel it out. But you can probably see how the conversation's going just by the expressions on their face. Even Jimmy taking that gulp and swallowing.
Let's reassess in 6 months.
Fuck you, Howard.
Thanks for understanding, Jimmy.
Humble beginnings. Humble beginnings. Best thing. Best thing.
You deserve this. Come bask in the glow.
Even his tie pisses me off. Look at the tie he's wearing. A pretentious prick. Honestly.
Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you making time in the middle of your busy days. I'm pleased to announce that, working closely with the Bernalillo County District Attorney's Office, we've reached a plea agreement for former Treasurer Craig Kettleman.
Sign in right here, please. Are you a relative?
Lawyer. But I treat my clients like family.
You know where to find her?
Yeah. Thanks. $140. I'm happy to take cash or a check or cash.
Literally the same situation as Alpine Shepherd Boy.
One moment.
Literally counting to the dollar, to the cent. It's a sad sight. It's like you regret it. Oh, not to the little jar.
Could you write me a check?
Well, it's been so long, I really don't know if I have enough in my account. I am so sorry. This is awful, but all I have is $43.
Mail it to me when you've got it, all right? And why don't we'll just make it an even 120, all right?
Thank you.
You have a nice day.
See, legal services, they are expensive, and charging $140 for a will is actually, I think, really kind of cheap. But at the same time...
Excuse me, allowance? Your family has you on an allowance?
No, it's my money. I just get it from Sandpiper Crossing. $500 a month.
I don't understand. You should have Social Security checks plus that pension we talked about. So how are you on an allowance?
Well, the checks go to Sandpiper. And then they take out my fees and my expenses. Why don't you just come on in? I'm afraid I'm not explaining it very well.
Time to take down Sandpiper.
I have statements here. Somewhere.
Take down the bigger fish.
So your pension and Social Security go straight to the Sandpiper people?
They take out what they need, and then I get my allowance, and all the rest goes into my savings account. It's really all very above board. A lot of places do it this way.
This is how they do it for everybody around here?
Well, yes, they try to make everything easy for us.
They're scamming the elders.
Mrs. Landry, are any of your friends around who I could talk to?
I think it might be Q-tips. I can't tell.
It's probably an accident, but we should look into it, don't you think? They're not doing this intentionally, okay? This could be a mistake. If we correct it, we get some money back. It's a retirement home, assisted living. This is one of their monthly invoices they send their residents.
What exactly am I looking for here?
It's nothing earth-shaking, just little things like this right here.
$14 for code 118-62. What's 118-62?
I wonder.
How could you even read this? It's like microfilm.
Fine print.
If it's more than a few errand billings, and if it's systematic and you establish a pattern, it could
be a class action. Yeah, he's right.
What do I do now? I mean, what next?
Well, you're gonna need more information. You don't want to go off half-cocked.
Full cock. Okay, now I'm gonna head back there. Thank you. You're the best. Back to see Mrs. Landry.
Absolutely no solicitors of any kind allowed on the premises.
Okay. What gives?
Sorry, sir. New policy.
I have clients in there now. They have a legal right to meet with me.
What? You'll just have to arrange to meet them elsewhere.
Karen. Brother,
Come on,
where did they get this
seriously?
security?
What, are you making Soylent Green back there? It's all right, okay. I'm backing away. Yeah. You know what? This has got me a little bit stirred up down there. Can I use your restroom, please? I've got IBS.
Go ahead.
Sandpiper Crossing.
Is he gonna serve him?
We'll be forced to move forward.
I need you to finish up.
Demand letter informing Sandpiper Crossing of pending litigation for defrauding my clients through systematic overcharging. You're shredding in there. I'm not deaf. I can hear you. Stop right now. This makes it official, right? If you don't stop shredding right now, that's destruction of evidence. Spoliation, that's what it's called. And it's a felony, so call your lawyers right now. Tell them I said that. Me, James McGill, Esquire. I'm telling you guys, big mistake. Ah.
Big play, big play. He just served them from the bathroom. I'm not sure how the serving laws work in the US, but I know you can serve documents in person or leaving them at like the resident of the company or the principal who operates, like if you're going against a company or like a person. It's different. There's different rules and things like that. But usually, obviously, the formal documentation would include like your company print or your law firm print and address and things like that. And I'm guessing Saul did include it, but I'm not sure how the serving laws work in the US. And US is different states by state as well, isn't it?
Hey.
Hey. Am I calling at a bad time?
No, not at all. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Getting by. How about you?
Getting by. It's good to hear from you.
Day after tomorrow. Like, I hate to ask, but my regular sitter's down.
Anything you need, I'll be there.
You can go off work? I don't want to impose or anything.
Anytime.
My respect for Mike has gone up like...
It's not an imposition.
Thanks.
You also can't tamper with evidence like that individual was in that room there shredding all the papers and documents. Because once you get a court order to produce documents, they have to. Now this is called getting your hands dirty. He really couldn't have changed clothes.
Where is it?
Nah, man.
like we're close to being done. I mean, can't you imagine? On and on and on. And so I'm like, why are you making your problem my problem?
Right, like you don't have enough problems of your own.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Thank you.
The worst part of working at the cinemas was doing the bins. Oh, when you had your shift and it's like it was your turn to do bins and taking it out, and it was just a mixture of everyone's confectionery, like the chocolates, the popcorn, the slushies, the cokes, everything. Oh man, it wasn't a good smell. I'm just gonna say that. It had to be done, but it must be done. It's part of the job.
Fine. I'm sorry to call so late. Did I catch you at a bad time?
No, it's fine.
It's just that you're whispering.
I'm at the opera.
Oh.
Really? Really?
Magic flute.
Mozart. Lovely. Well, I'll try not to keep you. We received something from you today, and we're not quite sure what.
It's a demand letter.
Ah. Well, it was a little confusing because it was written on...
Well, I had to write it quickly because your clients were in the process of destroying evidence.
Well, if you're talking about shredding documents, it's neither irregular nor illegal. Every business in America does it.
You say potato, I say spoliation.
Maybe you should walk me through what you're alleging here.
I believe it's all in the letter.
I'm not saying it's not, but it's a bit hard to read. Next time I'd use double ply.
Fixate on the medium. Look at the message. Your clients are facing multiple counts of elder abuse and fraud and deceptive and unfair trade practices. And that's just a start, okay? I'm not a betting man, but I bet the farm I'll find more.
Mr. McGill, are you related to Charles McGill?
Oh, we're gonna pull that. We're gonna pull that.
Yeah? How's he doing these days?
You know, respond to the merits.
This is my response, Mr. McGill. You have no good faith basis to threaten any litigation. This is a shakedown, and we both know it. Now, if you push this any further, my hands will be tied. Sorry for interrupting your evening. Enjoy the magic flute.
Blow my magic flute.
See, like, that's actually a pretty cool depiction right there, because like a lot of lawyers in the legal world, and I like seeing it in Sydney as well firsthand, they do know each other, and that was right of that individual, or like it was cool of that individual to say, you know what, your brother's a highly respected lawyer in his field or within the legal industry, and we know of him, and I called you out of respect for him, and that you might be related to him, and that's actually pretty cool right there. But obviously he was using his brother's reputation as sort of like, I don't know, it was sort of like how do you use it, not a threat, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, he pulled that card right there of using his brother's reputation, and then, you know, knowing Jimmy, or knowing this Jimmy here, he won't back down. He's gonna get his hands dirty. He's gonna go for it. And obviously, you know, the individuals representing Sandpiper, by just the depiction of their law firm already, they're pretty prestigious, and they're, you know, they're well known, like well renowned, like. Generally, law firms or like places like that would have like a security bin, and that might be it. He went in the wrong one the entire time. He's very lucky that it's color-coded. That might help.
You won't even know I'm here, okay? I just need some space and some quiet, and I'll be out of your hair as soon as I can.
Stop. It's okay. You can work here.
Thanks.
I don't mind the company. You look like you could use a cup of coffee.
Good God, yes.
I'll put it on.
Is Chuck gonna start helping out now?
God's sweet sake.
That would take forever, man. I don't think you could pay me enough to do it.
Oh, good, you're up.
Wow.
Well, Jesus, Chuck, how long have I been asleep? Chuck, how did you... We're working together on this?
That's up to you, Jimmy. Oh. Okay. Yeah, all right. All right, let's get to work.
Long hours, huh?
Kim Wexler.
Hey, gorgeous.
Oh, man. Sweet talking right out of the gate. You want something. Make it fast. I want to go home.
Okay. Will you look something up for me on Westlaw?
I've used Westlaw before.
You're lucky I'm a pushover. All right.
That's alright. It's not the best.
Anything on Sedema v. Imrex, Schlesinger v. Disney, Holmes
It's not the best database. Sigh.
V. Disney, Holmes v. SI.
PC, yeah. And anything on 5712 1 through 24 NMSA 1978.
Okay. It would help if I knew what you were looking for here.
Anything, everything.
What, you want me to just read you the head notes or something?
No, print it. Full cases. And any cases in sight to those cases.
Shepherdize like the wolves at the door.
Jesus. Jimmy, that's going to be thousands of pages.
Pretty pleased with the sugar on top? Come on, you owe me one.
Yes, I do.
I'm not sure if they were foreshadowing that in the beginning of the episode as well with the photocopier and it being put to work and constantly, obviously printing out the pages. But obviously that was to drain out the noise in the conversation with Hamlin and Jimmy as well. And then we sort of knew the direction that conversation was going with the final few words spoken and just the body language and reactions of Jimmy himself. And the way Hamlin was just talking down upon him. I mean, the positioning itself indicates that as well. But yeah, the photocopier is going to be put to use and he is abusing the resources of HH&M because hell yeah, I printed stuff for uni at work before and it is the best thing ever because you can print as many pages as you want. It's like so fun.
But this is going to take hours. And who do I bill it to?
Bill it to Howard.
I still remember his code. 1933, same year Hitler came to power.
You're not funny. I'm not billing it to my boss.
How about yours? I'll pay you back.
Jimmy, this is $400 worth of printing. The accountants will find it and I'll get fired, which sounds fun and all, but no.
Okay, hold on a second. Hey, Kim can't print without a code. Should I go over there, take notes, and come back?
No. Take too long. Use mine, 1868.
Yeah. 1868. Use that. It's Chuck's.
You're using Chuck's number? Does Chuck know you're using Chuck's number?
We're working on something together and bring it over to his place after. You're a lifesaver.
Wait. You're working a case together?
Keep this under your hat, but it's gonna be huge. Maybe a class action even. We think it'll settle
For 1, maybe 2 million.
How does that work? Chuck's a partner. at
Yeah, I was about to say.
So what? Like, I know Chuck's partnership agreement chapter and verse. He can work with outside parties.
Oh,
That
okay.
clause is intended for small time stuff. Pro bono cases.
So I'm Bono. I'm very Bono. Chuck's a rock star, okay? They'll work it out.
And Chuck can handle this? Last time I saw him, he was...
Last time you saw him, he wasn't himself, okay? This is good for him.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. I'm just... whatever. I'll see you in a couple hours.
Okay, we're ordering a pizza, okay? I'll save you a slice.
Just one pizza? Bro, stop showing Kaylee to me, man. Every time I see Kaylee, I just feel bad because I know she never got the bag. It's just like... Stop reminding me. It hurts even more.
And you know, if you don't separate those, you're going to end up with brown.
Hello?
Hey, we're in here.
Play-Doh, yeah.
We're playing sculptor. She's Michelangelina. How's work?
Work. How'd it go?
Kid's a dream. She's easy. And you better stay that way.
you know, is it me or does Jonathan Banks's line delivery sometimes remind me of Rocky Balboa. I don't know not why. It just gives me Sly Stallone vibes with some of like, I think it's just the deepness in his voice sometimes, or it's like the roughness in his voice. It really reminds me of Sly Stallone sometimes. I don't know if anyone catches on to that, or like I especially in the episode, was it episode 6? Yeah, episode 6, and even last episode as well. I just feel like some of his lines of it really reminds me of that. I don't know why.
Can I spend this?
Stace, if this money helps you and Kaylee, if it does a single good thing in this world, then you spend every penny.
It's a relief.
I like how she gets the mic for reassurance.
Of course, it's only a drop in the bucket.
I swear everyone I know has had problems with them. I had one, the computer in the engine, it locked in the middle of the Rockies. Yeah, it decided I was overheating and that was it. Yeah, I couldn't get it fixed for 100 miles. I had to have it towed to Telluride. It was unbelievable. No, it's the chip. It's the little, yeah, it's like $800, not counting labor.
That fax machine going to work. That fax machine spitting out facts.
Chuck, the Sandpiper has landed.
Damn,
Gentlemen,
chill.
Jimmy McGill, welcome.
Rich Stryker. This is Alvin Reese.
Brother Chuck has a certain sensitivity. It's a medical condition. This is the price of admission.
Yeah, go ahead, it's fine. There you go.
Chuck, come on, buddy.
Don't buckle now.
I don't know if I can do this.
You can do this, all right? But these guys, those guys, they're nothing, okay? They're the Pistons. They're the Colts, all right? All you gotta do is sit there and look intimidating. Let's go. Let's go get them.
Don't freeze.
Do you remember me, Charles? We were on a co-defense. Church's Donuts v. Amendola. It was 10 years ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Our guys were suing the other guys, and they were suing us right back. And the city had some grievance with everyone. So we had to bundle like 4 actions together, and I was sure that we were sunk. But you quoted, what was it?
Stop sucking up to him.
Addison, Pipe, and Steel. You turned it all antitrust, and the whole thing went away in summary judgment. It was amazing. It was amazing. I figured you'd be arguing in front of the Supreme Court someday.
Yo, the glazing is real. The glazing is real, man.
Well, that's good to see you.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get started. There are a lot of assisted living facilities out there that may be disreputable, but that's not the case with our client, not even close. All their facilities, all 12 of them, every single one, 5-star rated. You go to any one of them right now, and you know what you'll see? You'll see happy, healthy residents. Sandpiper takes care of these people. They don't bilk them. But we looked into it, and some of your clients have, in fact, been overbilled. It's an accounting error. It doesn't rise to the level of fraud, not even close.
We've calculated the damages. All told, it's $46,320.
So here's what we're prepared to do.
That is really good from the people representing Sandpiper. That is a really good initiating sort of like way. That was just really well delivered and things like that. That's a really way. I lost the words, but that's a really good way of protecting your client coming across. Obviously, this is sort of like a what a lot of parties would do before going to court, because I think I said it in like episode 1 or 2, the last resort should be to go to court, because the court would do everything in their power to have sort of like a settlement before a court hearing, and a court date set. So this is the right thing. The show's portraying in the right way. Obviously, this is a type of sort of like mediation or negotiation right here, or like pre-settlement things, just to discuss and go over things and probably propose an initial offer. and things like that, and just to dumb down the damages, obviously, because what Jimmy was saying before to Kim, potentially 1 to 2 million. These guys are saying, you know, we've calculated it roughly to about 46,000 and 320, I think it was. But then obviously Jimmy and Chuck would probably get their own accountants or their own experts to calculate their own damages and what it's totally worth as well. And then it's all about persuading the court and things like that, because I think you got to file documents and you would provide to the court your orders in terms of like what damages you want. Sometimes they can be specific orders, or sometimes they can be whatever the court may see fit.
We're going to make your clients whole. A check for the 46 and change right now. And on top of that, we'll give you another $46K to cover your expenses. So what's that, 92? Let's call it $100,000 even. We admit to no wrongdoing, and your clients release all claims.
That's pretty good off the bat, but that means they got cheddar. That means they got cheddar to be doing this, and that
I think you're gonna need to do better than that.
that probably indicates guilt a little bit right there.
Oh, this was in your demand letter. It's syringes, so I don't know if you know this, but that's a pretty standard item in an assisted living facility.
Correct, but it's not what it is that matters, it's where it's from.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Go Cornhuskers. Since you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'll explain it to you. Nebraska, although they both begin with the letter N, actually turns out to be a different state than New Mexico. So your client accepted shipments across state lines for its enterprise. In the U.S. mail, no less.
Are you trying to make this a RICO case? Your client is John Gotti or something?
You know as well as I do, RICO's used mostly for business beefs. Sedema establishes a pretty low threshold for RICO provisions to kick in. Interstate commerce is a bitch, huh? As soon as we establish a pattern to, what was your word, overbilling? I prefer the classic term of fraud. You're looking at treble damages, so your 100 grand, I think you know where you can stick it.
Will you give us a moment?
$20 million.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
Oh, you can't expect.
$20 million. Or we'll see you in court.
Wow, Chuck didn't say much, but what he said was... We'll see you in court. We'll see you in court. Hasta la vista, baby.
20 million? Didn't you hear them? This is a big company. 12 separate facilities. They can't possibly all be in New Mexico. This is potentially a multi-state federal class action lawsuit with a RICO kicker at the penalty phase. 20 million, that's conservative.
Wow. See, we understand. We know how knowledgeable Chuck is. We've seen it. We've seen sprinkles of it. Like, we've seen little dabbles here and there of his knowledge and extent of his knowledge. And I love the way... I guess part of it, of him being quiet right there, was he's been out of the game for so long. He hasn't done this in a while, and he was maybe dropping the ball a little bit. But what I saw it as well was Chuck analyzing the situation, seeing how they're responding. So let Jimmy carry it for a little bit. Let him drive the ship. And then the captain comes in out of nowhere and delivers the final blow.
Class search, that's where we start. I'll draft our complaint, try to get us a conditional one. They'll try to pierce it, but it should hold long enough to start discovery. And we need to get you back on the grounds. Quash this prohibition against you. Some injunctive relief, maybe a TRO.
I like how into it. These two brothers doing it together.
Do you want to get started on the TRO?
Yeah, yes.
My only problem is, what I'm worried about in terms of the story is, like, I'm all for these two kicking ass, but the problem is, he's contracted to HH&M, and I'm not sure if the sort of winnings and all the payments will technically go to HH&M, or I'm not sure. They discussed it in the beginning of the episode, or during the episode about it, like Chuck himself being able to undertake pro bono cases, but the way I see it, there might be a way around it in terms of, like, maybe Jimmy just went to Chuck for advice, and it was Jimmy driving the ship all along, and it was just him. But yeah, that issue might come into play, and Hamlin might see this, because if this is a massive federal case right here, obviously it's gonna attract attention from the media and things like that. So Hamlin's obviously, and Howard, sorry, is gonna be aware of it.
Chuck.
Yo, how casual is this? Are we driving now? Surely he couldn't have upped his tolerance that much in the...
Chuck?
Yeah.
He got his Spidey powers back. Or he just wasn't aware of going outside. Is it a mental thing? Is he falling? Okay, I thought he was gonna fall. That's so interesting to end the episode of that, because like I recently, the last episode I uploaded for Better Call Saul was episode 4, and there's been discussion about Chuck's condition and what it really is and how it really works. But yeah, interesting, because it seems like whenever he's working, it seems fine. I'm not too sure how it works. Like, it's like an on and off. It's like an on and off switch with it. It's interesting. It might be like a mental thing, depending on his mental state, how he feels, whether it activates or deactivates and things like that. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I thought that episode was pretty decent as well. Really, I enjoyed the fun aspect of last episode with the Kettlemans. That I really enjoyed that episode. And although this episode is moving on from the Kettlemans, we saw in the news report at the beginning of the film, they've settled. They're going to deal with the consequences of their actions. They're taking the plea deal. We moved on to a bigger and larger case now, with obviously Sandpiper. But is it as interesting? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. I guess the opposing team aren't as interesting as the Kettlemans themselves, because, yeah, I really enjoyed Betsy Kettleman. She was pretty funny. She was an interesting character to see on screen. And the fun aspect of the last episode, obviously, Mike breaking into the house. Then, I keep saying Saul, I gotta say Jimmy. Then Jimmy obviously going to the house to discuss things and then pinpointing where the money was. I really enjoyed that episode, and Kim getting her job back. But... yeah, this episode was pretty solid yet again, and it's going to be interesting to see how this case plays down, because they're obviously setting up a big decision for this, but it's good to see Chuck and Jimmy working together. But then you just know to yourself that HH&M are lingering in the background, and any sort of moments of triumph are possibly going to be spoiled, because you saw in the beginning of the episode that moment of triumph of Jimmy passing the bar exam, and I'm not letting Chuck slide with his reaction as well, but that moment of triumph with Jimmy passing the bar exam didn't last, because obviously you saw Howard's visit to the room and to the mail room. And then what makes you think as well is that Chuck obviously had a discussion with the partners considering this, because they would have found out from Chuck, from Jimmy telling Chuck. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that continues to unfold. HH&M, I ain't letting you slide as well. Chuck, you're sus, but I like you. As always, it's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.